I know I was just learning to use my then new shotgun mic, but 9.5 minutes before I realized the thing wasn't on? Really? My apologies to Uncle Yo and the cosplayers he found at the convention to play the second attempt's doctors, Rose Tyler and Captain Jack. The first doctor would join us near the end, and someone hosting the panel with Karl Custer sat in for the 7th doctor. You may occasionally see a plushie standing in for the 11th. With that, let's jump ahead to when my mic was actually on.
Let me do one more down, you guys. So, almost every planet that you guys have been visited, there is war, there's a tyrannical dictator, there's an evil man in power who has lost and closed his heart or hearts off to compassion. So my question to you guys is, who really the Civil War?
Well, see, really did win the Civil War. That's a very good question. Definitely not me.
Okay. Doctor? Yeah, obviously. Of course, you and the Brigadier. Union or Confederate? We'll explain yes later. Doctor?
Well, considering that the Confederates did eventually come back in 2063.
Oh, not that again.
Yes, that again. Okay. That again. And then it was your fault, I believe, too. You cocked that up. You cocked that up. You cocked that up.
Doctor, please. Let's just blame the Romans. Doctor, who won the Civil War?
Eric Copley.
It's true, I was there.
Because they had to respect his authority.
A Confederate son. The South shall come again.
Doctor, who do you think won the Civil War?
Well, after a very wonderful train ride with Abraham Lincoln, we paid tiddlywinks, and we just had to sit around and I had to talk him out of doing some pretty weird stuff. Which planet?
Doctor, Civil War.
Mexico.
Oh, right, Earth 2. Okay, right. Just the only thing. Rose, do you remember visiting the Civil War?
I don't think we ever did visit the Civil War.
It probably wasn't very civil then.
No.
Okay. Favorite beach in Norway? Doctor, when you briefly visited the Civil War in a short story, who won?
We don't talk about that.
Okay, just making sure. I know you're still sworn to confidence. Jack, who do you think won the Civil War? Yeah, cupcake wins that one. Doctor, who won the Civil War last time you checked?
I'm very, very opposed to violence, so if you were to ask me, I would say nobody really wins in the end.
Doctor, who won the Civil War?
Inter-American Civil War.
Oh, Jesus Lord. All right, one last, we'll go around. Most creative use of the sonic screwdriver. Let's start over the other end. Doctor, what was your favorite use of the sonic screwdriver that never got televised?
Anyone, I suppose, well, there was that one time that instead of blowing something up, I used it to reverse the explosion. The thing, instead of like exploding, the thing went back together. But it was too cool to get screen time, so you guys don't get to see it. Sorry.
What the hell? Doctor, now I know your screwdriver got destroyed.
I don't know why you're asking me that, but if I had to pick, I'd have to say the time that I used a delta wave to make Nissa fall asleep. Weren't you going to use a delta wave to kill everybody?
Sneaky. Jack?
Can't say, we'd have to make this an 18+ panel.
Hey! I don't need you encouraging him any further. He's 3 feet already from any discernible orifice. Be safe with this one. Doctor, favorite use of the sonic?
Using it to get free cable.
Rose?
What happens on the TARDIS stays on the TARDIS.
Very digital cable.
They were able to upgrade the Deus Ex screwdriver machina to do a ton of wonderful things. What was the fun recreational discovery of the sonic screwdriver?
Making the very tiny Cyberman to be my personal butler on the TARDIS.
That's what you did to Jimmy? Yes. That's sweet.
No, we we just named it Roomba.
Yes, where do you think the Roomba came from?
It's just. That makes me so sad. A Roomba full of tiny little people. I love it.
That and creating mousetraps.
Oh God! Ash has a time lord. He gathers. Ash Ketchum never ages. Keeps gathering companions. He holds a Snorlax. Is Ash Ketchum the 13th? Does he grow up to become the Valyard?
Uncle Yo, where do you think he keeps the Dalek?
John Hurt is Ash all grown up.
So does that make Catherine Tate Misty?
Yes.
Doctor, favorite use of the sonic screwdriver?
Well, one time I reversed the polarity of the neutron flow of jelly babies, and I was able to use them to lure out some Daleks, and I just had a little wave. I hate giving gadgets, but I was able to wave this around and have flaming juggling Daleks.
After you decided not to destroy the race in the beginning, you still just humiliate them publicly.
It was a good.
What else are you gonna do? I mean,
It was a good 4th of July.
That was a great 4th of July.
all those were
Fenris.
trundables.
Fetch, what is it? Fetch.
Fetch with Fenris.
That was your favorite use of the sonic?
Yes, it's about the only thing it's good for.
Yeah. Doctor, favorite use of the sonic screwdriver?
Oh, it would have to be the time that I restored the chameleon circuit to full functionality. That was me.
You
by the
only
way.
think you did. You
Right.
broke it when you
30
slammed your head
seconds.
against it.
Now, even when you fix the chameleon circuit, the TARDIS continuously sparked, bumped against you, turned sideways. You wanted it to blend in with a usual street corner. It turned into a bathtub, then it turned into an organ. How can you say you fixed the chameleon circuit if it didn't blend in?
Nobody's perfect.
To be fair, that's every Tuesday.
That's true. Doctor, favorite use of the sonic screwdriver?
To mobilize the Dalek, and soon after, my lovely assistant, Miss Friend, posed with it naked.
Things I love.
Doctor, do you still have
No.
I was a wild man when I was
shut
young.
up, you! Doctor, favorite use of the sonic? I know you used it very briefly at the end of the war games, but you always have your pockets full of stuff.
Last time I checked, it was just a screwdriver, so I put a nice cover together for, the console room.
Because you're always going to have to install a bunch of cabinets all at once.
Of course.
Some real sturdy craftsmanship, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Real sturdy.
All right, folks, let's open it up to you guys. You've been watching the show. It's been loving for 50 years now. The new show's been going on for 6 or 7 years. Let's get a show of hands as to who has a question for the doctors. It could be for any 1 or 3 or, well, maybe not 1 or 11, but it could also be for the whole panel or just a singular doctor. Let's clear up some clarifications. Wait, you have a question for...
Well, it's not very often that Doctor Who gets to. I am Doctor Who. You know my ego.
You must not have last time I met him.
All right, Doctor, who would you like to ask?
I'd like to ask 10 or 9 or 11. What's the weather on Gallifrey like lately?
Retcon, retcon, retcon!
It's lovely. The orange sky is beautiful.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Okay, just making sure. Does anyone else have something that they'd like to focus with the doctors?
I have a question. I have a question.
All right.
All of you up here. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
30 square feet.
Yeah.
He's got a point. He's right.
But he's not a Time Lord.
But he knows a lot about wood, apparently.
Coming from a guy who used to keep 2 ladies and a young boy on the TARDIS. Not to mention Chameleon, who could shapeshift to look like anybody that you wanted.
Yeah, what did you do?
I did break.
Was that your fault?
No, it was the Master Blaster. It blasted the...
Is that what he's calling it? Master?
It does extend. Yes, sir.
I haven't seen all of them or anything, but question: since the Doctor has taken out Gallifrey and the Daleks and the Time Lords, and he had children and a family, did he destroy his own family's children?
Ah.
Why is everyone so morbid?
What an...
Doctor, what happened to your family? Have you ever checked in on Susan?
I'll check in with her every now and then, and she doesn't know, but I check in, she's doing well.
Did you know he had children?
In one dimension? I get a doctor and I go back to my own little parallel world.
So who do you get? You're gonna make your own family.
I don't think she exists in your dimension.
Doctors 5 and 8, what happened to your family after, you know?
Spoilers.
Destroyed Gallifrey. Was it 9? That other one just showed up at the end to do it. Which one of us destroyed Gallifrey? Can I ask that in the panel? Which one of us actually did it? Can we just blame it on 8.5 because he's not here to defend himself? One of my companions.
Red card! That's a good point. That's a very good question.
Which of us? Can we blame it on 8.5 because he's not here?
Works fine for me.
Alright, so was it me?
How did you come about, sir? I mean, I know it's improper to ask more about one's regeneration choices, but I'd really love to know to, you know, validate my fan fiction.
Fiction we heard yesterday.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! That has sadly been filmed.
Yes, it has.
No,
By me.
no. Later.
By me.
By the other 2 people involved in it. Well, I mean, was it poison? Was it? Did you get stabbed? Did you just hit your head on the console? Because that thing is dangerous and sharp. Hurts like a bitch.
There's no such thing as a bad banana.
Well, there's a bad banana that you end up slipping on.
Or was it a banana daiquiri?
It's pretty banana novel. Fell on the stairs.
Could have been a stripper named Banana.
I don't think the doctor drank wine since that gentleman over there.
We don't know.
I haven't drank banana
Wine cellar in
daiquiris.
the TARDIS. I found it.
Why have you never shown us the wine cellar in the TARDIS?
He's got the kegger room.
Well, the bottles are filled with jelly babies.
What do you think is right next to the library?
And we're not even
And the swimming pool.
We're not even going to mention the strip club.
After the first year again.
That was Jack's doing.
Who else has a question for the left time? Yes, Mom. Thank you so much.
What is your favorite room in the TARDIS?
Favorite room in the TARDIS. Let's start over here with number 8.
I like the library.
Perfect. Great place to store a 500-year diary, Time Machine by H.G. Wells, and other ham-fisted metaphors.
I've had a good time in the zero room.
I miss it.
Saved me many a time.
Oh, shut up!
You just heard, hi.
Doctor, favorite room of all the TARDIS?
I just have to say the console room. All the buttons.
Yep. Very lived in, very familiar. Rose?
I have to say the wardrobe.
Why the wardrobe?
Helped me fit it in certain time periods. Didn't have to do as much laundry.
Just walk around like you own the place. It works for him.
He's a Time Lord. I'm human.
Okay, good point. Doctor, favorite room in the TARDIS?
The banana orchard with the trampolines.
Is it a bitchy trampoline?
No, not a bitchy trampoline.
You told me you got rid of that room.
The doctor always lies, please.
Rule 1.
Doctor, favorite room in the TARDIS?
I am one for being hypnotized and for hypnotizing, so I do enjoy the auxiliary console room where I can just deposit companions in the wrong town.
Is that what you did to Sarah Jane?
Did I?
Yup.
Yeah!
Great Scott!
Too soon. The Zen room. It's got great weed.
Yes, it does. I just restocked it.
I thought it was mushrooms.
Doctor, favorite room of the TARDIS?
Oh, I much rather prefer the mirror room so I couldn't view myself in these wonderful clothes.
Broadway Coles. They want their jacket back.
Oh, okay. Before this gets a little too personal, Doctor, favorite room in the TARDIS? Wine cellar.
Sweater vest back.
Damn it! There is a wine cellar.
I said I swapped him out with jelly babies.
Why? Keep running. Doctor, favorite room in your ship?
Wherever I left my recorder, it always fills it with nice, beautiful music. If I hadn't, I'd play you all a nice, very nice song.
Bloody hell. We go together, go get you.
If anyone sees it, stop him.
Does anyone else have a question for Dr. Rodney? Yes, Edward Elric. Or Edwina Elric.
Ed. Favorite or least favorite outfit?
Least favorite outfit?
Yes, doctor, in the Technicolor dream coat?
Well, my least favorite outfit would definitely be the one I wore before I changed up to this wonderful car. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Yes, my previous incarnation had a sort of feckless charm about it, and that simply wasn't me. I mean, cricket, vegetables. Vegetables, why go with the vegetable when you can have this wonderful feline?
Are you going to take that from him?
Felines can't detect poisonous gases. Certainly not inanimate felines.
Well, you know, if I was poisoned, I would certainly have enough foresight to grab enough antidote for myself.
Do you have enough foresight to not strangle your companions as soon as you go?
I'm so used to it. I'll make you into me and we won't have this argument.
Okay, this just got hot. You would want it both at the same. You wanted two doctors at the same time. You see what happens. They can't get along for anything. You saw what happens when we try to get 2 and 3 together. They can't even decide on a favorite ice cream.
Ice cream!
Hey!
I don't know if
It's not worth it. Trust me, I know it's not worth it.
All right,
That is a civility
I broke it
problem.
up. Oops.
what's going on over here, guys?
We're talking about our favorite ice creams.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Pistachio.
Oh, of course. So yours must be pistachio as well.
Well, the most expensive pistachio.
But the cheapest.
I'm meant to be like 3, of course.
That stuff's horrible. Have you ever tasted it? Like full of radiation. I don't know if I could ever go near that.
Doctor, your favorite ice cream, since you apparently enjoyed the most of it during your run.
I am actually quite partial to rainbow sherbet.
Who else has a question for the doctors? Yes, young man.
What is your name?
Spoiler! You wouldn't be able to pronounce it.
That one is John Smith of Unit.
Okay, that's what it says on the business card, the library card.
Oh, Johann Schmidt.
Oh, I see what you did there. Doctor, you took the title of the doctor, though.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, it's for professional reasons. I was doing a guest spot on Oprah.
Doctor, what is your actual name?
Radagast the Brown.
I hate wizards and stories and goblins. They usually end up being him.
As the first Doctor who was built to be Doctor Who, I am Doctor Who. Those other ones before me were just, I know, I am the Doctor. They were just Doctor Who. That's all there is to it. I'm the Doctor.
You voiced the question like you avoided the anniversary.
Wow, okay. Doctor, do you have a real name?
Yes. Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Rose, did he ever tell you his real name?
No, it's actually Han Solo. And I shot first.
I would believe that. Okay, I think he's full of it. Doctor, can you tell us once and for all your real name?
Due to intergalactical security measures and reasons.
Stop hiding behind the Shadow Proclamation! You haven't worked for them since you were an intern! Bloody hell! Look! Shut up, Jack! Real name?
Well, every so often I went under the name Tristan Farnham and took care of animals.
Somebody else who knows.
Okay, Doctor.
I'm a Batman.
I am darkness, I am the night, I am the Doctor? Anyone else have a question? The Riddler? Alright. Now, 7, I think she stole your pick.
First, I would like to say I resent that last answer.
Riddle me this. If you had to pick one companion from any time, anywhere, who would it be and why?
One companion to travel with. Now there have
Me, of course.
I don't care what Martha Jones says, you're not a doctor. You get as many online certificates as you want, you're still not A or B.
Keep it up, I'm just going to strap you to the side of the TARDIS. We're going to take a trip.
I'll escape.
Doctor,
Climb the top and just start.
companion of all time in space is a...
From our universe or any are we traveling with? Just a new person with some regard to travel.
How can you know about companions you have not met yet?
I've seen them. And Rose seems to be nice. I don't know.
Anyone that you've ever met? I mean, I know that 7 is fond of redheads, but 11 seems to think redder is better. Rose was not the first hot blonde that you traveled with. There was, of course, Joe Grant. There was, I think Liz was beautiful, but she never got to fly in the TARDIS. Doctor, you had a whole slew of bosom buddies. Most of them under the age of the proper age. Pretty much. You had a ton of Snorlax.
Adric!
Wait, does something happen to Adric?
It was not your fault! It was his! Shut up! Doctor, favorite companion if you could go anywhere with anybody? Keep your mouth shut!
A companion from a while back, I did enjoy traveling with, working with Liz.
Say, you know, oh, shut up, you.
My granddaughter. I might swing back and pick her up. Someday.
Doctor, grab a 6-pack on the way.
There was this great time lady I once traveled with. Great person. She even regenerated herself like 15 times just to go through the wardrobe. Great lady. I think Fred was her name.
Right, Winifred.
I would go anywhere with my favorite companion, because without her I couldn't go anywhere at all. The TARDIS.
I feared for a moment you would say Siri.
I'm looking at the mother of dragons, though, and I'd like her to come along with me. I know where your dragons are, and I can get them for you, too.
Must you crush every mythological animal you come across?
Yes.
Doctor, if you could go back with any companion, I know you were kind of stuck with Perry, and how the hell did you even find Mel?
Oh, that's very complicated.
She screamed.
Okay. If you could travel with any companion, though.
I would travel with myself, somebody who understands my style of dress. I think I am beaming with a vast intellect, and I would just love the opportunity to travel with myself.
I was going to say, so Helen Keller, who couldn't experience it? Doctor?
I do envy you, old chap, but I do miss James McCrimmon.
Ah, yes. 16th century Scottish piper, what's not to love about it?
He's stealing mine. Most of the people that I traveled with screamed way too many times, so Jamie is definitely the one that I spent the most often debated amount of time with.
Nah, good guy. Aw, I'm glad you guys can finally get along on something.
That's going to last 5 minutes.
Alright. Alright, no one has pulled a knife yet. That's the good
Argument
sign.
right here. We can't stop it.
This is for all the doctors. Who is your favorite, we'll say villain to kind of try to outsmart between the Cybermen, the Daleks, the Weeping Angels? Those are my top three.
What?
Who is your favorite foe to beat? Who's your favorite idiot who has ever tried to trump your genius that you crushed?
Well, the quarks were always fun, weren't they? Big boxes with their arms sticking out. They're like Daleks, but stupid.
Roger Delgado.
Oh. Yep, the master, left and right. You beat him in a sword duel, took his sword, and then said, well, come on, chap, you can do better, and then gave him back his sword to continue.
And I had a sandwich as well during that fight.
Good sandwich too. Doctor, who do you love showing off and defeating time and time again?
Oh, I rather enjoyed the brandy. I just came across her shortly before coming here, and I cleaned her clocks completely. I'll never see her again.
Oh, what you got now? Davros. Always Davros thinking he's so intelligent. Ha ha ha, I blew up your homeworld.
That brings up another very good question. Doctor, you had the opportunity to destroy the Daleks once and forever, but you chose not to. Well, why didn't you follow that example?
Like I'm going to pay attention to a bohemian.
Okay, good enough, good enough, good enough. Well, you also had a scarf, sir.
It's hot today.
Doctor, favorite foe.
Anytime the Time Lords ever told me to do anything, I would just muck it up. So, the Time Lords. I always enjoyed screwing with the Time Lords. I mean, Time Lords, wonderful chaps, but psst, can't get enough of them. Psst.
You eventually become their president.
Damn it.
You never gave up that title, though. You never gave up that title, though. You never gave up that title, though.
No, what title?
You never gave up that title, though.
Spoilers.
Never mind. Doctor, favorite foe to Trump again and again.
If I had to choose one to beat again and again, it'd be the Sycorax, because I got to sword fight them.
Yeah.
You didn't get to sword fight since you were him. Good time. Did you pick up?
They're good times.
Did you pick up anything else from him?
You can tell him it's okay.
Got the brainy specs. And the trainers. My voice got all squeaky when I talk.
Doctor, favorite foe to beat again and again? Thank God. See, you couldn't finish it off. It was incubating, but it's a very clever bastard. It's a while, but you do meet it again. It's still dealing in plastics.
Actually, I saw when you actually defeated the missing consciousness. You just held up the vial.
I had that under control.
All part of his plan.
Okay.
Jack? Favorite enemy to beat again and again in service of Earth?
The Nazis. And the adipose. They make good tennis balls.
Also really good chili. Doctor, favorite foe?
Well, I really like all my encounters that I've had with the Time Lords. I remember during the time that I was dealing with the Arc of Infinity and Time Lord Omega, I remember having to outsmart a Gallifreyan soldier who looks remarkably exactly like that man over there who dresses like the stolen car.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was never there. Never.
Never where?
Exactly.
Okay, we'll just keep it under there then. Doctor, favorite foe?
I kind of liked kicking the master into the Eye of Infinity. That felt kind of good.
Because he brought it onto himself. Let's ask 11 Puppet. 11 Puppet, favorite foe? Favorite foe to Trump again and again? Fingers and Tumblr! Fingers and Tumblr! Super hula!
Eyebrows.
Yes, the foe that keeps disappearing and reappearing.
I think he likes to fight the continuity.
Yeah. Mr. Jed, thank you for joining us. Do you have a question for a doctor?
Actually, this question is for Rose and Jack, since they're the only companions up there. If you could travel with any doctor you've never traveled with, which one and why?
You're all kind of an ass. I think I would travel with the fourth doctor. He seemed like he had the most fun.
You can have my jelly babies at any time.
Back it off, man. My teeth.
Jack?
I don't know, I still think
Did you not look to your right, that handsome young gentleman over there? He doesn't even look in his 40s. Also very athletic.
He's wearing a vegetable.
I'm trying to wingman for you, bro.
A vegetable.
So are you.
So are you.
Flowers.
You can eat them.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but they're better for getting women.
Hey. Sit down. Go, okay.
Doing.
All right, put it down. Can someone sonic him? Can someone please?
You know what? You know what you need to sonic him properly? That giant cow prod 11 walks around with. Exactly like that one.
It'll eventually become a cane if we don't watch it long enough. Does anyone else have a question for the doctors? Yes, sir?
I think it's time we finally made it official. Is James Bond a Time Lord?
Yes.
Just yes?
Yes. No question.
Now, hold on. Did you gentlemen ever work with James Bond? Because you, sir, knew the author and creator of James Bond's work while serving in the military.
I have James Bond.
Oh. I'll quiet you! Control this.
Now, which James Bond are we talking about? Are we talking about the first incarnation of him or the John Bird? The John Bird? I didn't like working with you. So, I know the first incarnation of him, if there has to be multiple incarnations, he has to be a Time Lord, doesn't he?
Oh, good point, yes. He does serve the military. Science, he's wonderful at hand-to-hand combat.
He shoots a lot of people, though. That's
Shoots a lot.
something that we do.
So, James Bond is River Song's final incarnation.
There's one major difference with James Bond. He actually gets some.
That's true. Does anyone else have a question for Dr. Ronex? Let me come back to you. Yes, Queen of Dragons. Hello.
I was going to ask the same question, only Mary Poppins. Time Lord? Time Lord?
Absolutely.
We could just...
Fantastic dresser.
How do you think that purse works?
Purse is a Tartarus. Why would we think about that?
Mary Poppins, of all these fine gentlemen and Jack. First of all, you would love to travel with. Now, mind you, you wouldn't have had to go up into the smog of Britain and clog up the lungs. You could have traveled inside a nice, air-conditioned, timey-wimey, spacey ways in TARDIS.
I believe the 9. Jack's 2. No, if Jack's get the 9th, I'll travel with 8. Jack's not much then.
Oh, did you hear that, Victorian doctor? Oh, that's so cute. I'm gonna ship you two now. That's the fanfic we read for next year.
OTV. Yeah!
Yes, sir.
Of all the planets you guys ever visited, why do you always go back to Earth?
For the chips. I've been wondering this myself. Of all of time, of all of space, you can go back to before the Earth was ever formed. You frequently go to after, you guys especially, you always go to after it never exists anymore, but time and time again, you keep coming back to pull our monkey asses out of a difficult strait. What is your Earth fetish thing?
I think what the question is, why do aliens like to attack us, like the Cybermen or the Yeti?
They're very noisy.
Simply because I'm exiled on this planet.
But not for much longer. Oh, that's the good news.
I need cannon fodder to protect myself.
Is that what Perry's airbags were there for, to take the shot for you?
Hey, she survived. She survived in the end.
This man is evil. Absolutely evil.
I am not. You blew up a whole system.
I blew up a system of Daleks.
You killed the Burboys!
Well,
you also killed my career.
They were right? That was the BBC. That was the BBC.
No, it was you.
No.
Everybody hated
Queen
you.
could have intervened, but she didn't.
You're the Final Fantasy VIII of the characters.
Hey, let's not bring up hatred 8, okay?
Right now, I'll make you into 8, right here, right now.
Ridley, can I borrow your cane? I need to give him a good thrashing.
Do it right here.
No, please, no violence,
No,
please.
you know why I like humans? You know why I like humans? I'm going to tell you why I like humans. Because all of you never let anyone tell you no. You never let anyone keep you down. If someone comes in and tries to screw with you, you give them this lovely little thing you call the finger and then win. That's why I like humans. You don't roll over and die.
Except for Adric.
Doctor.
You keep saying Adric dies. I don't get it. Something about I can't quite just waltz in and grab a Jelly Baby factory. Maybe I could materialize the TARDIS around one and just never have to put up with you people again.
You keep coming back for the food?
That's food.
It's really not.
Doctor, why do you keep coming back to us?
Well, we gotta recharge the TARDIS first of all. You got the rift right outside Torchwood.
Okay, fair enough.
Never and then I gotta mess with Jack. He's gotta hear the engines and I'm gonna take off just before he gets to me.
Always hit your ride. Why do you keep...
I could have left you at the end of the universe.
I would have found a way back.
Doctor, why do you keep coming back to help us? We sad, stupid, selfish apes. Also Jack. Why do you keep coming back and helping us?
I have a sometime.
Oh, it's a timeshare. Jack, why do you think he keeps coming back to us?
Popeye's chicken.
Doctor, why do you keep coming back to Earth?
Because no other planet in the universe has cricket.
There's a reason for that.
You be nice to him. He was nice to everybody. Why, 6'7", why do you hate this guy so much?
I'm being nice to him, I just don't like cricket.
Like I said, feckless charm. That simply isn't me.
And to be clear, that is what I turn into, right?
As opposed to the giant stick up your rectum.
So disappointing.
Right now, make you an A, right now.
Riddler.
Why do you keep coming back to Earth?
Humans are amusing, and sometimes when I'm on Earth, I end up causing the problem, so I have to sort of mop up after myself. So
You're the reason we have the Jersey Shore?
So yeah, taking responsibility for his actions, something 2, 6, 4, you might want to take into account.
in regards to that Jersey Shore character, Jack, that was 8.5 or something.
Okay, fine. That was written out by Moffat as well.
I'm afraid we're going to have a situation.
Yes, there's a
We try to change it, but it's a fixed point.
There's a wonderful gentleman back here wearing bow ties and a suspender. Good fashion sense, sir.
Fashion sense.
Have you ever tried to dye your hair to become a ginger?
I guess specifically for 9 and 10, have you guys ever tried to go
Ginger? We've tried, it doesn't work.
They came out looking like fire hydrants.
Oh, okay. Now, 6, you traveled with Mel, who had the brightest, curliest, reddest hair. It basically looked like it looked like a fire hydrant with crooked eyes.
Are you saying bad things about Mel, you ruffian?
Okay, I'm not.
No,
not,
just
not
John Nathan
necessarily
Turner.
bad. She was just really short and shrill.
She was indispensable.
Put me on the
Especially, you threw her to
Carrot
the
juice.
Legion of Bat Mutants.
Indispensable.
Carrot juice.
Indispensable.
Carrot juice.
She fixed the chameleon circuit and you take the credit.
No, she was. That was Perry. Perry was there that time.
You'll learn it as you get older.
Excellent.
All right, let me get.
Don't you mean as he gets younger?
Oh yeah, good point. We've got that 11-year-old with a fez. Who gets married? Doctor, haven't you ever considered marriage?
No.
No.
That was that one time when I was 1 with the Aztecs.
Ted, would you ever marry somebody, let alone someone who stepped into your own time stream and said, I know everything that you do, stand in the library.
I would have launched her into a star.
Is that what you did with your first wife and why you have sole custody over your granddaughter?
Yes.
Can you confirm this, 5?
I plead the me.
She either fell into a star or got lost in the banana orchard.
Or she's always in a mirror looking over our shoulders. You've done that before with young women.
Whatever happened to the Venusian martial arts?
Whoa, that's right. Now, 3, your Venusian martial arts was beautiful. By simply screaming and lifting your leg, someone would fall over in a very casual manner and pretend to be unconscious. Why did no one else keep using this? Just sheer self-defense.
Well, there's a very simple reason. Falling over in a very casual manner is my forte. You try to do any martial arts with this scarf, please, you're just going to be walking into just a lot of trouble.
Now, 5 and 8, you two are very passive, except in 5 when you have to pick up a gun and blast away Omega, or when you throw acid in the face of the dude who ran Enlightenment, or when you, all right, let's just ignore it and pretend you're actually a pacifist. Why did you guys never, defend yourselves? Not to hurt, but just to incapacitate, to escape?
This is actually not true. I have used a couple of judo-style takedowns in the past.
Okay.
Successful. They were very successful.
8, why do you never raise your hand against somebody?
I just didn't get screen time.
Okay, good enough.
That's question to the eye of harmony. That was a kick.
So, guys, like, who's after me? Or who do we want after me?
Rupert
Not Rupert Grant.
Rupert Grint.
I'd like to see a
Weasley will not be me.
Are you Voldemort? Is that what you're saying, man?
Ozzy Osbourne?
I'm all.
Oh.
I'm all for Ginger, just not Weasley.
Now, there were some, interestingly enough, if we can go back in time, which you guys are off to, in 1996, there were 3 American actors who were proposed the role before they decided, screw it, let's actually go with an English gentleman. One of them was an enthusiast at the time, 1996. This would have been 1996 circa. Tom Hanks was offered the role, but ultimately said, I couldn't do it justice, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough. A man named Jim Carrey, whose response was, what the hell is this, received death threats and said, I don't want this. And then one man raised his hand and volunteered for it. Never actually got to the audition, but I'd like for you for a moment to just go back 20 years. Beloved performer, who's very good with suspenders, very good at being condescending, a bit alien, a bit aloof, but downright funny and sarcastic, and really good with a banjo. Steve Martin, 1996. That might have worked. That might have worked. But unfortunately, scheduling conflicts. You had a second question, my love. Oh, look at that bright blonde hair. You feeling anything, 9, 10, anything? Bright blonde hair? Jack, shut up. No.
I have a question for all of the doctors, excluding the 11. Do you think bow ties are cool?
Of course. 2 says, of course bow ties are cool. You made bow ties cool.
Yes, definitely.
3.
I occasionally wear one, but I prefer the cravat.
Yes, it changes.
It looks like you're stuffed with a doily, like a scarecrow stuffed with Downton Abbey.
I agree, 100%, 100%. Bow ties, especially in cravat form. Definitely cool.
You look like a ventriloquist dummy. This thing is huge.
Bigger is better.
I agree.
Of course, bow ties are cool. Fezzes are cool as well.
Okay, just making sure.
I will say this scarf was a gift from a very important person. If I had any decent bow ties, you know our mother?
Before this gets a little too Futurama. 10. Are bow ties cool? Would you ever consider wearing a bow tie?
At first I would have said no, but they've kind of grown on me, perhaps at a special occasion.
There's a cream for that.
To save stuff to get off that time stuff.
Now, Doctor, would you ever consider dressing up a little fancier? Like for a special occasion, like for a stage reading, a stage play, meeting Charles Dickens? Never meeting Charles Dickens again?
No, I don't keep it simple,
Keep it simple, keep it classy, at least change your jargon once in a while. Oh, that's right. The leather is very good on you, sir. Very intimidating. Jack, are bow ties cool?
Out.
Sir, are bow ties cool?
When the occasion calls for it, of course.
Okay, absolutely. Sir, are bow ties cool? I mean, not like for you, but just cool in general.
Sure.
Okay, you're so kind and placid and agreeable. Why would Eric Roberts ever strangle you? It was the wig, okay? If anything, it was the terrible wig that was being destroyed. Also the screamy voice. Grr, Grace! What happened to that wonderful, delicate, soft, silky voice he started off with? Okay, balls dropped. Perfectly acceptable. Yes, Ensign.
Hello. For all the guys up there, for the purposes of accurate fan fiction, other or boxers or briefs?
Let's start with number 8 on this one. Boxers briefs, or others?
Well, I didn't find any in the locker. That in the hospital when I got the costume.
Wait, you were freeballing the whole film?
It made that motorcycle chase very interesting.
That's why they were able to drop. Doctor, same question?
Box of briefs.
Yeah.
Give yourself the support, like traveling around with 2 women.
Amanda, gotta always be ready.
Ready for what?
Gee, I wonder.
Whenever you need it.
We're going to 18+ territory.
Doctor, if I may, boxers, briefs, other
chaps.
That's the 12th Doctor. I wear chaps now. Chaps are cool. It'd be so pale. It'd be like 2 adipose peeking out under his scarf. Okay. Straight up boxers are totally fine. Rose, I'm going to ask you anyway. Boxers, briefs, or neither?
Oh, of course.
On you or on the doctor?
Either or.
Doctor, boxers, briefs, others. I know Martha tried to find out for the longest time, and you just wouldn't. Why?
Pussy.
Because 8 found none in the locker and have been free ever since.
Doctor, if I may impose.
I didn't even know I could take these pants off. I've been wearing this exact pair of pants for 8 years. I just assumed there was some Time Lord technology down there.
Oh, Doctor, thank you for joining us. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. These legs aren't what they used to be. Oh, I get a chair.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sorry.
Doctor, we were just going down the line to ask a very important question. Boxers, briefs, or others?
Neither.
You got this party started.
7.
Honestly, miss, you should be more concerned about your red shirt.
Doctor, boxers, briefs, depends.
Well, something's got to be keeping the stick up there.
White boxers with question marks on them.
Sounds incredible.
Is this supposed to be like a surprise?
You never know what you're going to get with this incarnation. Doctor? So,
what do I become?
Pantaloons. Okay.
You're quite the pen stepper.
Ah, interesting. Well, it's all black and white to me, so whatever's white.
That's racist.
It was the 60s, don't worry about it.
We got one last question, then we're going to do some final thoughts. Jed, you get to have our last audience question.
Okay. What is the greatest threat you ever saved Earth from that we did not see on television?
Okay. Let's start chronological order. Stephen Moffat! Doctor, the biggest threat that we never got to see.
The furries.
Doctor?
Might have been the vegetable people.
Oh, good. Okay. Is that their leader? You decapitated their leader and kept it free trial? Doctor, biggest foe that we never got to
It
see.
was good for my teeth.
The rest of the 1996 Doctor Who series that was done by Fox.
The one that casted Bill Cosby as the Doctor.
I really didn't say.
Would you like a Jell-O, baby? Doctor, biggest threat that you ever saved us from?
Oh, it would have to be the time that I almost materialized the TARDIS around the entire planet. I had to take some measurements.
Okay. Doctor?
My Little Pony.
The 1994 one?
Gen 3.
Oh!
Not even the children liked that.
I was hoping you'd say the movie that came out this summer. Doctor, biggest threat that you saved us from that we never got to see.
Oh, humanity's hideous fashion sense.
The Triffids. What are the Triffids? I'll explain later. Okay. What are the Triffids?
That's 7.
They're the vegetable people that spit poison. Haven't you seen Rocky Horror?
Damn. Doctor.
There was a particularly nasty ball of tinfoil in the kitchen once that I had to do battle with. It almost caused me to turn to him.
You should have kept it out of the microwave.
That's a very good idea. You should be a doctor.
Well, I don't know if I'm answering this properly, but, well, based on the cynicism I heard, I think the greatest threat I've ever saved the world from would be myself, because I'm going to end this pill right here. I'm the doctor, I can say that.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what keeps us coming back to see these eccentric, bubbly, strange, dismissive gentlemen again and again?
But I've saved the world from something?
Doctor, are you going to take that?
What I will say is, after the loss of one of my companions, don't want to say his name again.
Nissa.
10 reserves, so why are you so sad?
One thing that I will say is that one thing you never really got to see was the death of any of my companions thereafter. And I pride myself on that.
Because you caused it.
There is a gentleman out there that gives us the potential for imagination to truly go wherever we want. And 50 years later, the franchise is still going strong. The idea that a man who can be an educator, the man who can be a vengeful living god, an oncoming storm, your best bubbly friend, or maybe 8. A man who, as he gets older and wiser, only becomes younger at heart. And beyond anything, the reason that the Doctor may have 2 hearts is because one of those belongs to us on Earth. Doctor, closing thoughts or last wisdom to give all of us. Thank you for joining us so early.
Well, it's a bit cliche, but one day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there shall be no tears, no regrets, or anxieties. Just go forward with your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
Well, it's nice to see that I'm being handled sort of well by all my other successors and all of the fans out there and such. Though I do notice that I change my fashion often, and I don't quite like it, but at least bow ties will always be cool.
I don't agree. I won't say that. You're all wonderful chaps. It was nice meeting you, and reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
Yeah!
Well, I hope you all respected me as the superior incarnation, noble brow, face beaming with a vast intelligence. And I'd just like to say to 5, have fun in the caves of Adruzani.
Anything's possible.
Well, I am the Doctor. Who are all of you again?
I'd actually like to quote one of my past selves in "There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes." And always party with the French.
Rose?
If you ever get offered to run away with a madman in a box, run away with that madman in a box. You'll never forget it.
Doctor?
Should all try banana. They're amazing.
Jack?
Always hit your ride in the TARDIS, and next round's on me.
I like that. Doctor?
Small, beautiful events are what life is all about. Remember the last time that you smell a flower, or watch a sunset, or eat a well-prepared meal. Quiet.
Doctor?
If you ever need to bring a TV show from Britain to America, don't let Fox handle it.
This has been Dr. Who and A. Is there a doctor in the house? big thank you to all of our panelists, all of our step-ins, to all of you. Keep the franchise going. Love one another. Remember the words of the doctor. Thank you so much, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dude!
Be excellent to each other. And party on, yes.
I'm filling 10 panels. No one, okay, actually.